building relationships, networking, and really just being able to create a collective movement with others that are in the same fight with you. And I think that's very important.
The learnings from today shape the way that we think about and talk about poverty and what folks deserve, and what sort of unconditional resources we should make available to people in need.
Talking about childcare, we're talking about education, we're talking about the safety net, we're talking about opportunities for the parents.
Recognizing that childcare is also just one very necessary and critical support for families, but definitely when it comes to DV survivors, literally childcare is life-saving.
To make sure that all births are healthy, parents are thriving, and no one is dying.
The people who are most impacted by housing insecurity and face eviction at higher rates are children 0 to 5. It is super important to really see this as a child's care issue, as a family's issue, as an issue of children's well-being and health.
What does a child want? A child wants to feel secure. A child wants to feel loved.
This is not a partisan issue. And the question is getting people from all political persuasions to be arguing about why we need to make investments in kids and in our families.
Child well-being is a complex issue, and every child is different. And when we're thinking about kids who are involved in the child welfare system, they've had trauma from the abuse and neglect that brought them into the system, and then as well as the trauma of losing the only family they've known.
Our failure to adequately prepare mandated reporters for this life-altering responsibility results in over-reporting, and it also results in under-reporting.
It's fantastic to be able to have really honest and open discussions about what the needs are for our community, and then really putting in the work to make sure that there's policy and legislation that's put into place to actually support communities.
Don't enter into the communities thinking they know what's best for those communities, but actually listening to what is needed and then being a resource to make sure that they're able to get that.
On 3, 1, 2.
How are you guys doing?
A great time, yeah. I'm learning a lot.
I've had a really wonderful time at the conference. I think it's so timely that all these leaders in the ECE community and people who are advocates for the ECE community are coming together, because it's more important now more than ever.
Our hope is that the presentation helped to shed some light on the budget process so that advocates have the tools that they need to go out and do their important advocacy work to make that change for children and families.
When we advocate, we get involved, we participate, we show up, just like this conference. If we're not at the conference, we don't get the information.
People need to speak up. They need to speak truth to power.
This is our next generation, and if we don't deal with it now, we're going to deal with it later.
There's definitely energy, I think, in the room for people to respond to that, and knowing that we need to continue to just watch what's happening and respond, but also be able to lift our voices together to make sure to protect resources and programs that we know are most important to children and families.
You have a voice, and that your voice not only has power for you, but it has power to affect generations to come.
You're an advocate. You show me a mom, I'll show you an advocate.
Being able to just learn more about what others are doing to better meet the needs of families and communities, building relationships, networking, and really just being able to create a collective movement with others that are in the same fight with you.
Well, it takes all of us, right? What we know is that no single organization can solve these big issues. So I think the power of us coming together, not only just having conversations and trading ideas, but also lifting our voices together is really powerful and absolutely necessary as well.
And really build community, because to me, the only way that you're going to live and thrive and flourish is through the community that we build, that we hold on to, that we love, and that we cherish, because nothing else is going to matter beyond your community.
Find a way to get here, because the networking, the information is so vital.
Your voice matters, your story matters, and really a lot of the times it's what makes the difference.